Hi guys and welcome back to the Paupergeddon 2024 Winter Edition. We are here with the BojukaPod. I am Andrea and this is Alessandro, the fifth member of the streaming
Temporary
today.
member.
Temporary member of the streaming today, and we are here with the BojukaPod. And
I'm Gabriele.
He's Gabriele. He's the first time you see it. We are rotating, so you're gonna see new faces. Some turns it's gonna be me, LEDG, Kosu. You saw the other guys before, and now Gabri is here for the first time. Gabri, how are you? How is it going?
Very, very fine, thanks. The people, the chat is asking for Thiago Fuggete, and we give what the people want. So here we are with...
Absolutely, and here we are ready to go for turn number 3 with Thiago actually here playing his list of Azorius Glitter, and here we see on the play who's gonna start with a Traben Inspector. On the other side we see Monaro Cortez playing I think it's BG Gardens.
Yes, it's
so
BG.
Black-Green Gardens.
It's a stock list of BG Gardens.
We have a slip of a card, so probably there's gonna be some judge to try to figure out how to deal with the situation. And while we're here, we can talk a bit about the matchup. So what do you think about Black-Green versus Azorius?
Okay,
Glitters?
yes. The key cards of the matchup for Azorius Glitter is Metallic Rebuke. He needs, in this case, Thiago needs to find a spot to cast a glitter when he can protect the creature is targeting with all the glitters. And in this case, Metallic Rebuke is the very most important card, also to neutralize, to counter some of the important cards of BG Gardens, like Crypt Rats, that can easily destroy all the creatures from Thiago, and some initiative cards or monarch cards that can slowly gain advantage from BG Gardens. That when BG Gardens have full mana and a lot of cards in hand, it's very difficult to
Come back.
to come back.
The first 3-4 turns are gonna be key for this matchup, and we're gonna see that. In the meanwhile, we say hello to everyone in chat. Everyone welcoming. We welcome everyone from Brazil who's watching early in the morning to watch their national hero Thiago that came all the way from Brazil to play Paupergeddon. And so there's definitely a lot of Brazilians here hyping up the game because he deserves that. And I think we see a fungal infection.
Yes,
Is that a fungal
fantastic
infection?
fungal infection on Traben. On Traben Inspector, so Traben Inspector gets -1/-1, and we have a sapling token that gonna block
It's gonna
the...
chump block and actually destroy the Traben. So basically this figure with a body.
Yes.
It's definitely good. And this creature is actually really important to have for Black-Green Gardens, because creatures like that allow the deck to actually play his draw engine, which is Mystical Dispute, Deadly Dispute, and Fanatical Offering.
Yes.
Eventually, maybe some lists play also Reckoner's Bargain, which has been fallen out of favor since Fanatical Offering has been printed in Pauper.
We're just adjusting the camera so the glare is not blocking the view. We see Thiago playing a Novice Inspector after all the Traben Inspectors is dead, and attacking for 1 with Ginger Brute unblockable.
Il comando non è ancora attivo.
Let's see what we can see from Monaro Cortex. He finds the green mana that he was missing.
Yeah, definitely important.
With a Colony Garden and another blocker. Let's see. Now Monaro Cortex is open with 2 mana. That he can means a cast down or a spell like Deadly Dispute or.
Yeah, definitely. You can chum block and then sack the creature in order to draw your cards,
Yes.
which is what the deck revolves around. While we see the other draw engine of the other deck, which is Off One Mine and Thoughtcast. So 1 mana draw 2, basically pretty good.
Yes.
It's definitely really good. And this deck plays. As soon as we get a hold of the list, we can tell you if they play like 7 or 8 of these effects. While Blackguard actually cycles Thrall.
Yes, so he can afford the 4th land
Take
drop.
a land. He does have his 4 land drop. Let's see if there's Witch's Cottage to be. No, it's just gonna be a swamp.
Yes, from which we can saw from the hand of Chago, we can see he's a little bit flooded with another copy of Ancient Den, and I can see a Metallic Rebuke.
Yeah, he also has a Dark Citadel in hand, so there's 2 lands in hand for Tiago in this moment, and Metallic Rebuke. It's gonna try to do some heavy lifting and hope that Black-Green cannot resolve anything important in these turns. It's also really important to note that Monarch and Initiative can be difficult to cast because of Gingerbrute. So Gingerbrute's basically unblockable in this matchup. There's nothing with haste unless something strange is in the list. So it basically means that at 1 mana it becomes unblockable. So you have to kind of wait a bit on the Monarchs. And well, now you see the other relatively new draw engine of this deck, which is 8 copies of Tribal Inspector,
Yes.
4 Novice Inspectors and 4 Tribal Inspector. And the clue, when you're flooding, become really, really good, really, really fast.
Yes, the stock list changed the 4 Frogmite with the
Yep.
new Inspector, and I think it's a really good
Upgrade.
A good upgrade. It's a very good tool to anti-flood. We can say that.
Yeah, definitely.
Even if the poor Chago still has more land drops than
He definitely
the
has.
Beach Gardens.
Yeah. He definitely has more lands in this moment, but chipping away at the life total can be important when we are thinking about cards like Snuff Out, Crypt Rats. So even these cheap attacks that are connecting right now, well, we see a cast down being to deal with the Gingerbrute.
Yes, it was the obvious target. Even if there's an Ornithopter, there is here waiting for all the glitters.
Yeah, these removal spells means he probably has 1 more in hand, because you wouldn't cast your only removal spell to deal with the Gingerbrute if there's no glitter on the card. So
Let's see what we...
there's probably a lot of removals in hand still. But
Oh.
Thoughtcast, it's a really good draw in this moment, because it can get you to back up to cards, and we see another Gingerbrute, but also some more lands.
So let's see.
Tiago is definitely having a bit of a flood issue.
We see another Gingerbrute. Let's see if it's gonna haste it, but I think so.
Yep.
Yes.
It's gonna make it unblockable.
And swing for 3.
It's swing time.
Let's see, 4 mana. 4 mana, Snuff
cast
out.
Snuff Out.
Snuff out.
The weird version.
That's not how
from-
it's supposed to be played. That card.
Yeah, but you know, having as we were saying before,
he can do it. So why not?
you can do it. Plus,
You can save for life. Yeah.
for life when you are at 12, actually really become a lot. It's a third of your life total at that point. So
Yep.
it's really important that when you can do this. Now we see the other draw engine take place. which
I
is
really
Deadly
love
Dispute
that
on
version of Deadly Dispute, the old
Yes.
frame foil.
All frame,
all frame foil.
with
We're
with the shining star. It's very good. It's very
Yeah,
good.
we are also seeing a lot of foils and pimped up cards. Like, look at the beautiful Ornithopter from Tiago. That's really beautiful. It's a foil old frame Ornithopter. I think it's in Japanese, but I might be wrong. Might be Chinese. Not that good.
Okay, let's see.
And this is Witch's Cottage getting
Yes.
back Troll on top of the deck. While we see at the end of the turn, crack a clue, draw a card, untap, draw for turn.
Chago sacrificed all his clue, so he is fully. He has have a 6 card hand. Let's see how many glitters there are in his hand, but I didn't see any.
I can't quite recognize one of the cards I've seen. I've seen he drew another Tribal Inspector. I feel like that's a Tribal Inspector. Some weird art of Tribal Inspector that I don't really know. And I think this is all the glitters.
Okay, now let's see what we can do.
We have a hard time with these pimp decks. There are some weird arts, and we see also last turn
We see a Spinning Darkness,
Spinning Darkness.
exiling 3 black cards
this
from
is
the.
gonna be Rebuke,
But he has
but
3
he
mana.
has 3 mana, so it's gonna pay the 3 mana, and looks like Spinning Darkness is gonna resolve.
and he gains 3 life backs. That's
Three life
are in this matchup are very important. Every point of life matters.
How good is here to cast a rebuke with the all mana open?
I mean, at this point, there's not gonna be so many spots where you can cast rebuke. Plus,
Cast just for cast.
yeah. I mean, maybe, but you also wanna make him top out as much as possible. Plus, it looks like Monaro Cortez is playing against the Metallic Rebuke for this time, so he never went down with that much mana, so
I
he's
don't know.
playing
There
around
are
it.
a lot of cards that cost a lot of mana. For example, Avenging
Avenging
Hunter,
Hunter.
and Monarch.
Yeah.
So I prefer
Maybe it was
to,
a bit
to
prompt, a
conserve.
bit too fast. So maybe it was a bit too fast, a bit too rushed.
I don't know. That's not the choice I
Well, Trabans are trying to
like
keep
to see.
Thiago in the game, drawing a card, and putting pressure on the board.
Let's see how now it's important when Monaro choose to go shield down and play some initiative cards or monarch cards, and that is the turn that Thiago needs
To
to.
have something ready for
Yes, because
if Black Gardens untaps with Monarch or Initiative, this game is probably gonna be over really fast.
yes, Titan Blade.
Titan Blade pumping the 1/1, which
Can-
it's really important that now it's a 2/2 because the board on the other side is just 1/2s. It's just Throbbing Inspectors and Novice Inspectors, so it's gonna become a good blocker after being a really bad blocker for the whole time.
Oh my god, what a flood by Thiago
Yeah,
Fourier.
Thiago is drawing all the lands of the deck.
Another
Another
one.
one.
All the lands. And now let's see if Monaro can exploit this advantage, this flood by Thiago.
Yeah, this game is gonna be more or less over soon.
Okay, he chooses to not.
Okay, he's gonna start with Titan Blade.
Nice choice by Thiago to sacrifice one of the Novice Inspector in case
Echo in Decay,
Echo in
cards
Decay.
like that.
It's important to remember. It's not a card that you always see play, but you don't know.
Yeah, maybe it's more relevant against blue-black fairies, but it's definitely a card that exists. So you wanna keep your name split as soon as as much as possible. So
From the chat, they are saying, is Thiago playing 28 lands affinity?
yeah, it looks like it. Thoughtcast might just be what he needs to try to get back in the game.
Let's see. He needs to chain some of them.
Okay, I see another Throbbing Inspector, which is a good place to start to replace itself. But I think I also see with fourth bridge. And the Metallic Rebuke, which is, at this point might not be relevant anymore. 3 lives gained by sacrificing Lembas.
Let's see what he can find on top of. He's counting the lands.
Yeah,
Okay.
probably counting the artifacts.
Yes, for.
I don't know, maybe and like he's trying to play around Gingerbread plus Glitter in the same turn.
Yes.
But we know that there's nothing of sorts in Thiago's end at this moment, so
Let's see how Monaro decides to proceed to the game plan, and if
these are
if-
key turns to actually solidify and bring home the win. So try to not let the advantage slip, especially after Thoughtcast. But
Yes, 5
now
mana,
I see.
Avenging Hunter enter the room.
He patiently waited to have 3 open to cast it, so there's no Metallic Rebuke available, or useful at least.
Let's see if you find now another land.
Okay, I'm gonna paint you a scenario. He has just 3 mana open, right? He's gonna draw Thoughtcast, and Thoughtcast is gonna draw Glitter and Gingerbread, and that might not even be lethal now that he gained 3 life from the Lambas. I forgot about those 3 life. It might not even be enough, because I was talking about, yeah, you know, you can counter the removal with now that he has tapped out a bit for initiative, but it's not gonna be the case. You need 2 glitters, I think.
Yes, there are 9 artifacts now on the.
Thoughtcast is the start, though.
Yes. He changed them pretty good, pretty well. I see.
I see another Thoughtcast and another
Okay.
land, though.
It's the 4th one.
Springleaf Drum.
Springleaf Drum now is the worst possible draw.
I can't
but-
quite recognize the other card.
But
Might be a Gingerbread, but I might be mistaken.
okay. The window is closing.
Yeah, definitely. Okay,
Okay.
it was Gingerbread.
It was Gingerbread, but I didn't see.
I know he has a metallic rebuke in hand. I don't think he has a rebuke.
Okay, now
Now you're gonna fire off the rebuke. You don't
Okay.
get many more tries to
Yes.
actually do something with that.
but that Gingerbread needs to die.
Yeah,
and
Gingerbread
so
is
the
dying
second cast
anyway.
down on the pile take care of Gingerbread, and
You see Springleaf Drum. Another Springleaf Drum.
Oh my
so-
gosh.
Yeah.
3 casts down are gone.
Yeah, I
so-
also see a copy of Snuff Out in Monaro's hands, though.
Okay,
So there is a lot of removals still available. Plus, initiative is getting stronger. We definitely have a clock now because it's a 7/6 Avenging Hunter and Glitters doesn't have any removal for it. So is that a second copy? 5/6 mana. Oh, it is probably a troll. Yeah.
yes,
So the clock is there. And
that
it's
should-
gonna be a couple of turns.
clock. Yes, because the next turn there were gonna be 5 from the trap, from the
From
initiative.
The initiative, and it's also 13 on the board. So
Another land.
is that a
And-
land? I can't quite figure out.
There's a card where we can.
It's maybe a ninja. It might be a ninja.
Not the best spot.
Yeah, and I think now everything is too late. There's
Yes.
nothing that can get you out of this situation.
So game 1 goes to BG
Game
Guard.
1 goes to BG Gardens. Now we're gonna see what they sideboard, and we are gonna see if we can actually get a hold of the lists to see what they can and cannot side in and out. Okay, while we are waiting for the players to sideboard, we're trying to get the lists. And I'm trying to see what Thiago's plan is, because he's kind of leaning the cards so we can half see them, so I can't quite figure out what he has cut. I feel like he has cut some copies of Springleaf Drum, but I'm not sure how many, but I definitely see him take out some copies of those. Both the players are 2-0. While BG Gardens, I can't quite figure out what they're sideboarding in and out. They're going so fast. Okay, Monarchs are coming out for BG Gardens, which I understand because
Gingerbread
Monarchs,
is,
Gingerbread makes it really hard to keep the Monarch, and you have to play around everything. And so it's not the best card. And, oh, the Glamours are definitely coming in. Wow, we see so much support from Brazilian players and Brazilian people who actually are here on the stream to try to support their nation mate and their hero Thiago, who's
Okay.
playing here on the stream.
We have
and we have the BG Gardens list.
Yes, so
You can see
From the side, we have 2 Declaimer and 1 Troublemaker Youth.
Okay, those 3 are definitely coming in.
Yes. So Monaro plays 2 Drowning Sorrow main deck and 2 Drowning Sorrow sideboard. I don't know if he wants all the 4, but I think the 2 is the right number.
Yeah, I think they can be a bit ugly if you have to resolve a glitter. So you have to resolve an opponent's glitter. So it's not gonna be great. Well, we see Thiago showing off his tattoos on his arms, and okay, I'm reading from the chat, and he's playing Obsidian Acolyte in the side.
Yes, he actually
no, there's no Obsidian Acolyte. He's playing Dust to Dust, Relics, Standard Bearer, Turn Aside, and Beb.
He played 3 Turn Aside that I think that will come in.
I think they will come in.
And
probably
even,
Standard Bearer might be good.
Yes, even Standard
try
Bearer.
to redirect removal spells to this bad creature.
So
but I don't know, maybe.
Yes, let's
I've
see.
seen inside 5, so I think that's the 5. It might be Relics too. It might come in for Relics to deal. I don't know, maybe.
I don't know how he wanna deal with his plan, his aggro plan with sideboard cards. I think that in game 2 you wanna be as fast as possible, and maybe you don't have time to grind out. You need to go straight to the point that is killing your opponent. But let's see how he's gonna play it. Okay, it's gonna start Chago.
And they're looking at their hands. Okay, they both mulliganed once.
Yes.
So they're both gonna start at 6. And we see Thiago keeping the hand. Okay, I was worried because I didn't see any blue mana in his hand. But I saw the ninja, but actually the blue mana, it's there. I just didn't see.
That's a nice Bojuka Bog from Lord of the Rings.
Oh, I didn't recognize it. I'm not gonna lie. I did not see what card was that. But we see Moon Circuit Hacker coming onto the play, getting back the Ornithopter. How cool it is to be able to play Ninja turn 2 with top lands. It's not usual.
Fantastic. And then he played Trapping Inspector and Ornithopter. 3 cards in hand. Let's see how Monaro...
It's definitely a good start.
Yes.
Because I see a Metallic Rebuke in hand to deal with the first couple of removals that's gonna come from BG Gardens.
Yes.
So
now Monaro finds his second land drop with the help of Troll. A little bit of Lord of the Ring action by Monaro Quartet side.
There's definitely some international players in Ico. I've definitely seen some Spanish people, and I've seen at least one guy from Poland.
Yes.
Plus, the team of Card Market is playing. There's 3 of them, and they are playing decks that their community suggested them. So they're playing their decks on their table, and they're playing actually at the Paupergeddon. So there's a lot of international players. We see Defile on the Ninja. I think there was a clarification to ask if it's happening before blocks, after blocks, because we see another Moon Circuit Hacker on Trapping Inspector. This is gonna bring another clue and another card from in the end. Is there a third land drop? I think
Yes.
Yes. Just
And
followed by another Trapping.
Nice.
So there's 3 clues.
That's one of the best starts you can do with Azorius Glitter without all the glitters. So the
Glitters, you kind of wanted to play Mirror Enforcer here, right?
Yes.
Because you just played your 7th artifact, so that would have been cool. Fortunately, no Enforcer. And also, another interesting fact is that he's not keeping up Metallic Rebuke yet, because you need to play the Ninjas.
Okay, now
So-
it's very interesting because Monaro is tapped out with no swamp on.
So there's
on the-
no option to play Snuff out.
Yes. So let's see if Chago has all the glitters, but he has.
It doesn't look like.
So he smashed for 5. 5 damage. and he loot with
He
the
loot.
monster attacker. Let's see.
I think there is another ninja.
Okay.
I
Okay.
decided to discard it because he drew. I don't know what he drew, but it definitely has a rebuke in hand.
Okay.
I think, at least. I think. Maybe I'm wrong.
Okay. 5. Confirm 5.
Oh, there is Tribal Inspector and Metallic Rebuke, I think.
Okay. So he played the third Tribal Inspector and is open with 1 blue mana for a turn aside or a Metallic Rebuke
This
that we
is
see.
Drowning
So
Sorrow.
Drowning Sorrow that we talked about.
It's
And,
gonna get countered by
A nice Metallic
Metallic
Rebuke now.
Rebuke. Yeah, Metallic Rebuke really timely.
Yes.
You can kind of feel it coming because if he discards Ninja, he's definitely gonna have a good card in hand. Cannot be a bad one because Ninja is really good. And it's time to crack some clues
Yes.
and draw.
So if when he's gonna loot with a ninja, and now he has another card in hand to choose, so
Yeah,
to
yeah.
discard or no.
It's also time to use some removal spells
Yes.
because I think he has still a bunch. I can see a Spinning Darkness more in his hand. So.
Okay, now but even before he has reached the third, the 3 black cards.
Yeah, 3 black cards needed.
But I think he's gonna wait for a creature enchanted with all the glitter. for that.
Yeah. He's trying to.
Another
there's
Drowning Sorrow.
another
This is
Drowning
very
Sorrow.
good.
It is gonna be really artful.
Okay.
So maybe some more copies of Drowning Sorrow came in post sideboard.
Well, nice art, by the way. The one Monaro Cortex choose.
But Thiago is still in the game because he has 2 clues and a bunch of cards in hand, and now 3 clues.
Okay, now it's important that Monaro doesn't get a creature with it can be a monarch or initiative cards, and because
I think monarchs are probably sided out, so there's
the
nothing
table
there.
the table is stalled. Ooh, troublemaker roof. If I
Yeah, I think that's it.
But I don't think that's a right. It's not a spot that you wanna that get full value. Let's say like that.
The Sweepers cost 3 mana, but one of Monaro's lands is a Golgari Rot Farm, which actually taps for 2 mana. So if you only see 2 mana being tapped, it's because that actually is a land that costs full up. As we can see now, Troublemaker Roof. It's cast with 1 land, but that land tapped for 2.
3 mana of 1 mind, not his best use.
Divination.
But it's exactly.
Always a decent card.
Divination. He crack another clue. He has only one clue left. Turn aside and planes. Okay, we see a Deadly Dispute on Lembas.
Okay, I definitely see a ninja in Thiago's hands.
And now let's see
Now we see some shuffling.
what Monaro draws. His Deadly Dispute is obviously, we didn't discover it today, it's a very good card, and he provides a treasure.
The treasure is really important because I think Monaro is kind of behind on mana, and being able to actually have an access to a mana more this turn, and he also hit the land drop with the 2 cards drawn. This is gonna be really important.
Okay, now a
Also-
very good
Titin Blade
Titin
can
Blade.
get rid of the 1/2.
and now begin the race
Beatdown time.
from Monaro. And now let's see how
Titin Blade
Thiago-
being really important that any other removal spells would have been hit by turn aside, but
Yes.
not that one.
Thiago continues to draw lands. The flood is real.
Yeah, he has some good cards in it. I think a Gingerbrute might just put him back into play because he has Ninja and Mirror Enforcer we see drawn here,
Yes.
which might be good. I mean, you still have 2 turns aside, so it's not a bad draw.
Il meta breakdown.
And we see the
Okay, turn aside
turn
to
aside.
protect
It's
the.
definitely gonna protect.
Mirror Enforcer.
Unfortunately, I don't think. Okay, no, he does have a rebuke up.
Okay, Mirror Enforcers is not another Team Blade. This is a disaster for
Yeah,
Chago.
Team Blade actually gets rid of it cleanly. No turns aside, no metallic rebukes available.
After a good, after 2 Sweeper and 2 Drowning Sorrow, those Team Blade are doing a really good job to eliminate the the only survivor.
Yeah,
and we
ninja,
see now
you have to cast it.
True Mana Ninja is not
never ideal.
It's
It
never,
doesn't draw you the card.
It's never a good sign. Another cast down, a pretty
down.
aggressive one, if I can
Yeah,
say.
it's you also end up being in reach of exactly metallic rebuke. So you might have waited for that.
Or
You at this point of the game, I think you can play around metallic rebuke and let it rot in hand forever. So maybe a bit too fast, but let's see. I think it won't matter at this point because I'm looking at Monaro's hand. He has so many removal spells more. This deck is just they never end. The removals never end.
He's gonna flip.
And we see a Teething Blade flip, plus some combats. 1 life a turn is really gonna be important to get out of.
Thank you, Adepaulis, for the answers.
I think Thiago right now, the game is slipping from his hand, fortunately. But yeah, I mean, BG Gardens showed up full of removal spells. We know how the matchup goes when there's no glitter from one side and there's no really strong start. So Gardens can actually interact really well with the card, and now we see Crypt Rats
Crypt Rats
into play. That's gonna be hard.
It's the nail on the coffin
to deal with. He's gonna try to rebuke it, but okay. Is this the time? No, I don't think you can top deck anything. He doesn't have a glitter in hand, so
even that I don't think it's.
Thiago is gonna concede because he had so many more removal. I think it's another removal spell plus a draw 2. So Monaro wins the match 2-0, and you know, glitters has a really difficult matchup. Not generally matchup, but the game where if the opponent's unclutch and can actually play out their removal spells and their draw spells, it's gonna end up a really good matchup against Affinity. In this case, it will be Glitters. I think it's definitely kind of this weird matchup where if you draw Glitters and Metallic Rebuke, you can push through the win. But you know, Snuff Out is instant speed, 0 mana. Spinning Darkness is 0 mana. He can gain life with cards like that. He has Sweepers. So the matchup is not easy, definitely.
And you need to draw more copies of all the glitters. He saw only 1 copy of all the glitters in 2 matches, so that between the lack of all the glitters and the flood that punish very hard Chago Fuguete, and he lost 2-0.
Congratulations to Monaro, who actually played a really great match. Played really well, played against Metallic Rebuke when he could, so always on paid attention, was being really patient with dropping down initiative in game 1, not to lose it, and you know, let him come back into the game. So it's gonna be a long tournament, so there's gonna be some more Magic to be played, but this game went like this, and you know, it's kind of, I'm not gonna say expected because it's not sure, but it's definitely hard for Ufi Glitters in this matchup to have the best out. So
yes, and can we maybe
we're gonna entertain you for some minutes while we see other players are trying to. Vai a prendere Paolo più che altro, che è il tavolo dei judge. Vai. I'm gonna try to entertain you while we figure out if we can actually interview someone right now, and while we wait for the next round to be played, because there's still a bunch of time in the round, and I see I just see people walking down the aisles, and the tournament is definitely really great. There's so many people here, and it's amazing. It's a one-of-a-kind tournament. So okay, so maybe we have a guest for you in the streaming room. So we have a guest for you. We managed to get Tiago.
Hi.
Hello.
A very special.
So there was a lot of Brazilian fans.
Sì, non parla inglese. Ok. Tantissimi fan dal Brasile che sono qua per vederti.
They were
Sim, muitos amigos. Eu falei pra eles que eu estaria na live, mandei no grupo, no WhatsApp, e aí eles viram. Um beijo pro pessoal que torceu, desculpa, não consegui ganhar.
Muito comentos.
Muitos? Sim.
Fuguete Italia. Hashtag.
Hashtag foguete na Itália.
Fuguete in Italia.
C'erano un sacco di tifosi per te che ti tifavano. Il game è andato un po' così. Com'è il matchup contro BG Gardens?
A match ela é muito ruim, muito ruim. É a principal bad match pra mim, né? E aí eu peguei justo na live, peguei a bad match e ele destrói tudo. Eu não tenho como ganhar.
Muito Lande.
Muito também,
muito.
também, muito Lander.
Diceva appunto che ha provato a mettere dentro, he tried to side in everything he could, but he couldn't get out of the many removal spells that opponent played on him. Unfortunately, purtroppo non hai pescato glitter, all that glitter. Only one in two games.
Una coppia in due partite.
Sim, não. Comprei bastante carta, né? O ninja com os draws, mas não consegui ganhar. Ele tem muito removal, é muito difícil. È molto difficile essa play.
Dice appunto che ci sono tante rimozioni, there's a lot of removal spells, and so you couldn't draw enough cards to keep up with the removal spells. Non c'erano abbastanza carte per stare dietro alle rimozioni dell'avversario, quindi invece è andata così. We're really pleased to have you here, and we are really big fans of you. And siamo fan anche noi tuoi, ti seguiamo, guardiamo i tuoi risultati su MTGO. È un piacere averti qui in Italia, spero che l'accoglienza sia buona e che il torneo sia bello come speri. Il torneo bello con tanta gente è un...
Eu nunca participei de um torneio com tanta gente, nunca, primeira vez. O torneio maior que eu já joguei tinha 90 pessoas.
Ok.
Né? E eu tô muito feliz em estar aqui, eu ainda não acredito que eu estou aqui, sabe? Então estou muito feliz, agradeço muito o convite, muito obrigado ao Sapo que a gente conversou. Muito obrigado pelo convite, pela recepção, e vocês estão de parabéns pela organização, tá tudo magnífico.
Como é o ambiente?
Maravilhoso, organizado, tá um clima, comparado ao Brasil, um clima gostoso, tudo certinho, tá tudo organizzato, tá maravilhoso, parabéns.
Dice appunto che gli piace moltissimo, che non aveva mai partecipato a un torneo così grande, e dice che al massimo era stato a giocare Pauper con 90 persone, non gli era mai capitato di avere un torneo così grande. So he says that he never played a tournament this big. The max one was 90 people and now we are 700, so he is excited, he's thankful to be here. Ringrazia tutti per essere qua, per l'ospitalità, dice che gli piace molto e ti auguriamo un buon resto del torneo, è ancora lungo.
Sim,
Obrigado for coming here.
Esperamos muito amigos do Brasil no próximo Geddon.
Sim, estamos organizando uma excursão para vir. Ano que vem ou num próximo, muitos brasileiros.
Muito bem, muito bem.
Muito bem. Obrigado.
Eu que agradeço, obrigado, de coração, estou muito feliz. Obrigado. Pessoal do Brasil, um beijo. Obrigado.
Boa sorte por el torneo.
Sim, obrigado. Vocês vão ganhar mais 3 para vir amanhã. Valeu, obrigado, viu? Tchau, tchau.
Obrigado.
Obrigado.
Thank you.
And we have international guests. So
We have international guests and international languages, and I hope you try to understand. I try to translate. We had Ricardo here translating Brazilian for us because we don't really speak Portuguese. So we tried our best. I hope you enjoyed Tiago. Hello to everyone from Brazil that
And
is
from all-
watching us,
and from all over the world,
If,
yes.
you know, if you're Italy, Brazil, or everywhere else in the world, we are thankful to be here. I'm Andrea from BojukaPod. He is
Gabriele from BojukaPod, and we're gonna see you on the next round with turn 4 of the Paupergeddon Winter Edition 2024. Thank you and bye.